Welcome to another episode of Jamie and Julia. I'm Jamie, the host, and with me as always is Julia Child.
Oh! Bon appetit.
If you're new here, you're not familiar with the show, I'm trying to get better at cooking. I'm getting better. I've challenged myself to learn how to cook through this book here, Mastering the Art of French Cooking from Julia Child. And I just open the book up and I pick a recipe and I get to work. Today, Crêpes Suzette. So the great thing about this dish is that you get to light it on fire. It's a flaming Crêpes Suzette. And I've just recently made crepes on Anti-Chef. It was like a 28-layer crepe cake. And I think the hard part of me figuring out how to make crepes is out of the way, so I can kind of have some smooth sailing towards making some Suzettes. Dessert crepes should be as thin and delicate as possible. So first I'm gonna make my crepe batter. Place the ingredients in a liquidizer jar. Electric liquidizer. Liquidizer. I don't know what liquidizer. Oh, it's a blender. Place the ingredients in a liquidizer. That cable is so short. Such a short cable. What do I need to do? Place everything in the order of which it is listed. 1/4 pint of milk, roughly the same amount of cold water, 3 egg yolks, 1 tablespoon of sugar. So I do need a good orange liqueur. I'm gonna be using Cointreau. It's French. 3 tablespoons of this, please. Okay, I also think it'd be a good idea if I took some in my coffee. It is, what time is it? It's 12:09, so that's okay. Just a little. Yeah. Okay, moving on. 5 ounces of flour. So 2.5 ounces of melted butter. Let's liquidize. If anything sticks to the side, you gotta dislodge it with your rubber spatula. Okay, get that into a bowl, please. Get some beeswax going up in here, cover it up, and I'm gonna refrigerate this for 2 hours.
Yeah. And then you have to let it rest for 2 hours so that all of the little granules of flour absorb the liquid.
Moving on to the orange butter. I have these 2 light in color oranges, and I have sugar. Now the recipe says you need lumps of sugar, which is, you know, the sugar cubes that you put in like tea or whatever. I didn't spend a lot of time looking for them, but I didn't really need them in my house, so I just avoided that step because sugar is sugar to me. Is you take the sugar cubes and you rub them all over the orange skin, and then you peel off the rind after you've done that. And now you have sugar cubes that are just covered in orange kind of oil. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna skip that step and move forward with the next step because I think everything will turn out in the end anyway. Peel off the skin. I'm gonna add in 1.5 ounces of sugar, and then I just kind of chop it all up. Finely chopped. Okay, in a mixing bowl, I need to add all this stuff, firstly. Dusting off your favorite hand mixer. I'm gonna be using, I'm not sure if you know this is Whitey Ford. Ah! 1/2 pound of unsalted softened butter, which is 226 grams. In you go. Cream in the softened butter, beating until mixture is light and fluffy. 118 milliliters of orange juice. I'm using juice with pulp in it, although in the recipe she says strained orange juice. I'm just gonna use the pulp, or as they say in the UK, juicy bits. I'm gonna stream this in like a little bit at a time. 3 tablespoons of orange liqueur, Cointreau. 1 tablespoon first, another tablespoon, another tablespoon. Okay, I should have done a better job slowly incorporating it. Try again. Cover it, and I'm gonna put this in the fridge for 2 hours as well. Okay, so I don't have my apron on. I haven't had my apron on all day. How embarrassing. As I mentioned, I have made crepes before. I made them for my matcha crepe cake, and I struggled. I will be completely honest, I did struggle. Needed to figure out how to make them, so I was working from the ground up. So I figured that the embarrassing hard part is out of the way. So you have the options of what kind of frying pan you want to use. I'm going to use a non-stick. Julia Child even says use a non-stick. So the first crepe is a trial one to test the consistency of your batter, the exact amount you need, and the heat. So just use a little bit of cooking oil. That is way too much. Put it back into the bottom. Let's brush that. Place over moderately high heat until the pan is just beginning to smoke. So the crepe batter. Crepe batter is looking like pancake batter. Great. Some sort of ladle is good. Take the pan slightly off the heat and just a little bit of this batter. Quickly move it around the base of this pan, maybe just a bit more. Quickly move it around. It's got to be super thin. Not moving fast enough at all, am I? I get it now. Okay, quickly jerk and toss the pan sharply back and forth, up and down to loosen the crepe. Should be on this side for 60 to 80 seconds. This is where I've struggled in the past with flipping it. 1, 2, 3. I flipped it. Hell yeah! I flipped it too early because that's not brown enough. Brown lightly for half a minute. The second side is rarely more than a spotty brown. And then onto a plate. Brush it around the oil. Okay, into the pan, cover the entire bottom. That was way too much, way too much. Come on, come on, come on. All of it. This should take 2 to 3 seconds. Any excess batter, I can just dump back into my bowl. Okay, loosen it. Whoa, I need to flip it. 1, 2, 3, go. Nope, 1, 2, 3. Nice work. On the other side for 30 seconds. And onto the plate. Flip it. There's 3 really good crepes in here. And then I have one really crappy crepe, but that's like a backup. So we're moving on to the main event. This is the flaming part of this flaming Crêpes Suzette. Flambe. Now I've done flambes a few times. I always get a kick out of it because it's fun to light stuff on fire, but not in an arsonist way, but in a culinary way. However, I would love to finally know why you light something on fire. What is the sole reason for that? Flambe means to ignite foods that have liquor. This is done for dramatic effect and to develop a rich flavor of liqueur to the foods without adding the alcohol. So this is the orange butter from earlier. It has firmed up nicely and it's ready to come out and play. Little pieces of orange rind in there. That's as finely chopped as I could get it. Place the orange butter in the chafing dish and heat until it's bubbling. How much butter should I use? Maybe not all of it. That's a lot of butter. That's probably made too much, but whatever, I don't know. Okay, once the butter has started to bubble, I'm gonna add my first crepe. Dip both sides of the crepe in the butter. Okay, ooh la la. Fold it in half, and then fold it in half. Okay, let's do that again. Brown side of the crepe is gonna be like your hero side, right? So you want that side to be showing off when you serve it on the plate. So maybe, we'll figure it out. Okay, so both sides need to be dunked in the butter. Okay, I don't know how to, you flip it twice into like a quarter of what it used to be. Hotty hot. The problem is I did not follow my own advice and have the nice side facing outward, so I'm gonna just redo that. Hot. Second side, terrific. Okay, now you got a nice little parcel of a crepe. So you want the nice brown side on the bottom first. That's what I've learned. I tore this crepe. This crepe has torn. This crepe has torn. I'm all out of faith. This crepe is how I feel. So dunk both sides in that, and then, okay. 4 crepes have been folded into quarters of what they used to be, and the nice brown side is facing outwards. Sprinkle the crepes with sugar. So that sugar is gonna help the booze to catch on fire. Got my orange liqueur and some brandy. Okay, so pour over the brandy. And then Cointreau. Avert your face and ignite the liquor with the lighted match. I got one better than a match. What do I do? Shake the chafing dish gently back and forth. Well, I'm gonna turn off the lights. Shake it back and forth. Holy sh! Holy sh**. Shake it back and forth until these flames subside, but also I need to take a spoon and put some of the flaming booze on top of the crepes. Spoon it on top.
Yeah.
Crêpes Suzette. What? I think it's one of the best desserts I've ever had. Holy sh**. This is now my new go-to like dessert. If anyone's like, what do you want for dessert? I'm like, the Crêpes Suzette, please. Julia Child likes crepes that are so thin you can read a newspaper through them. I don't think I'm quite there yet, but maybe one day. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it tastes like a real French crepe. It's like dense, but spongy. And the syrup is like caramelized, but also it tastes like orange, so it's balanced out like that with the citrus. And there's booze in it. It's the best. That's the best. The best dessert. That is it. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's little program. If you're interested in more like bonus content for Anti-Chef, head over to Patreon. It's linked in the description. You can support the show like the lovely people up on the screen right now. That's what they're doing. But there's also just bonus stuff over there. Like I'm doing episode commentaries. There's gonna be a live stream exclusive for my patrons. Link in the description. That will take you over there. But if not, totally cool. Besides that, that was Jamie and Julia. Bon appetit.